respectfully. Always be yourself when someone says you don't have potential. Always be yourself, regardless of who doesn't understand your vision, especially when you got malicious intentions. Loving yourself. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Today is currently October 11th, 2025. Always be yourself. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I'm peace. I bring peace. Hi to the genuine ones only. I love myself. I ain't trying to dim my light. I'm a pulpit, but I understand my vision. Choose yourself. Don't dim your light, neighbor. Choose yourself. Don't dim your light, neighbor. Butterfly, butterfly. Hold on 1 second. Blossom, elevate. Hold on 1 second. Know the difference. Choose you. Don't overlook you. Faith. Hold on 1 second. I got faith in me. I got faith in me. Hi, Naya. What's up, peace? Not much. How was your day today? It was cool, and yours? I can't really talk too much, but I guess we can talk about that later. All right. So what you want to talk about today? Life goes on. I'm catching my blessing. I'm just chilling as a puppet. Don't dim your light. Hater, stay in your lane. All right, Naya. I'll talk to you later. Bye to the genuine. Stop the violence. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say it respectfully. To the genuine ones only, when no one's intentions, I actually hope all is well in your end. And I actually hope that you continue to find peace with them regardless of who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone. Being authentic. Certain folks will have an issue, but never dim your light when it comes to God's reflection. God endure faithful with you. They will never understand how God's really stepping for you. You got folks in different tags, bracket, throwing, spoken in toxic way, but you come to win your own skin, overcoming the obstacles. They will never understand that. Hold on 1 second. We was never on the same page when it comes to relate, going with an unconditional love. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. That ain't it, just different. Always be yourself. We may not pray the same, but I'm far from a hater. Regardless of who know how to love you, respect you, or protect you, never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Even if it has to take a whole community to go up against you, never dim your light, and I say that respectfully. Because God will send all the right people into your life regardless of what community it is, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. It was G-O-D. Hold on 1 second. I got love within me. Unconditional love. Hold on 1 second. Never hate in my vein. Thank you, God, for pouring into me. Understand my faith. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. Thank you, G-O-D, for stepping for me. Hey! Knows the train of thought for me. When God pours you, see, they will never stand in the miracle. But hold on 1 second. Your reflection. When you got lost in your words, they would never understand how God was holding you up when it came to that weight that day, and I don't mean narcotics, but overcome what you've been through when it came to trauma and pain. That true love is truly felt. They would never understand the obstacles you have to overcome to understand the whole. Like you was far from mentally ill. You was far from being mentally ill. When folks try to paint you up to be the villain in their story, when you wasn't trying to catch a case, but you knew how to account for your actions when it comes to strength. I may not make sense to the average person, but never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Go on with that. It was G-O-D, God got me. It was G-O-D, God got me. The hate, they doubted you at the end of the day. You truly had potential. You only read the whole 1 second. You wasn't a mistake. Your moms and your pops didn't know how to say, I love you. Hold on 1 second. Being comfortable in your own skin. You got lost in the source. At the end of the day, they was there for everybody else but you. Certain folks be like, hold on 1 second. You shortchanging your folks at the end of the day. How? You understand how I actually feel emotionally. How certain folks will swear that they know you at the end of the day, and they swear that they know your background when it came to someone putting this frown on your face, and they try to maintain a smile in front of folks that they can relate to. Being authentic. When you come from a background, regardless if it's from poverty or pain, and you didn't feel love at the end of the day, folks will try to paint a narrative at the end of the day that you got the proper love that you're supposed to get. But when folks are stepping short at the end of the day, they would never understand what happened to I love you. It'd be the train of thought for me. My content is not for everyone. It's individuals that, regardless of how old you are, from childhood trauma going into your adulthood, you probably didn't hear I love you, but you are loved by the right people, and I say that respectfully. We may not pray the same, and I may not make sense to the average person, But never give up on yourself because someone didn't see your potential. Someone didn't know how to meet you halfway. Someone didn't know how to say, you know what? I got your back even on your rainy days. Because when you pour into yourself, all the right people see you, hear you, respect you. They're not giving you the evil eye. They're not projecting spoke towards you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. You know, my content is not for everyone. It was GODLOVE. You know, that faith is different when God actually allows you to see that. Hold on one second. God saved you when you least expect it. You know, don't hurt yourself, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Don't hurt yourself, neighbor, 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 neighbor. You know, you may not make sense to the average person. You know, pour into yourself to be actually woke when it comes to growth. You know, actually maturing, coming from poverty and pain. They would never understand elevation. His different. I love myself not to dim my light, regardless of the distractions that got around me at the end of the day. You barely able to pay your bill. Got short change when it come to your fridge. Hold on one second. They would never understand that. Hold on one second. You was far from mentally ill. You was far from an addict. Overcoming the obstacles. You trying to become your best self vision of yourself. It was days that you was hurting yourself with your own words, but you wasn't seeking revenge because you put everything in God's hands. When folks overlooked you, they disrespected you out loud. They wanted you to dim your light when God was making you smile. How can you smile when you're going through trauma and pain? How can you balance yourself when they're trying to kick you down? Let those people because you're in a toxic way. Everybody's walk of life ain't different when it comes to God's strength. And I say that respectfully, far from pretending. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. A lot of energy is different. I love myself, not to dim my light. Because God will see stepping for you when you least expect it. Then have to worship the devil, fall from pretending. Being no offense, the energy is different. Fall from a copycat, fall from a hater. Who in God will open certain doors for you. You know, when the enemy, the devil try to stop you, try to discourage you when it comes to the hate chain, but God didn't distract you. God will see showing you motivation when you least expect it. Hold on one second. God will see pouring into you. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. You know, that prayer is different. It was an open door. The devil was truly knocking at the end of the day, but God will give you the proper guidance when it comes to overcoming the pain. You know, obstacles right to left. You ain't have to get physical when folks try to antagonize you. Catch a case of hold on one second, you were trying to lose yourself that day. You know, you have folks in different tags back and trying to shortchange you when it came to get mental, but God did not allow you to feel mentally unstable. When God was protecting your heart, letting you mental, showing you better days ahead, it wasn't revenge. But hold on one second, the future truly ahead of you. Continue to pour into you when you least expect it, because God got you. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. But never give up on yourself when someone is projecting spoke towards you, or someone is sending you the evil lie, or someone has to gather a hate train because you're being authentic. Because someone decided to take your kindness or weakness. They throw blockages right to left so you won't elevate when it comes to prospering. They watch your every move when it comes to gain stalking. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same when they said that you was the problem. They watching your every move when it comes to day-to-day activities. All they want to do is rob you mentally, spiritually, financially. Hold on one second. We wasn't on the same page. How this type of stuff actually happens when you're trying to become your best self vision of yourself. They said true love cannot last at the end of the day. But God should allow me to see why the empty cup allowed me to see that. Hold on one second. I can truly fulfill that cup when I choose me. But God so overlooked me. You know, how may not make sense to the average person. And that's okay. But always be yourself in other intentions. I'm not aging or expecting I'm far from a hater. Now, I the change that we got done in my cosmetics. Okay. You ever been minding your business? You know, when you live amongst different type of cultures and stuff when it comes to neighborhoods and communities or whatever the case may be. You know, when you mind your business, you got that one neighbor that say, hey, how you doing? Out of all days of the year, they don't speak to you. No, after the train don't make it be raining, sleet, snow, and all types of shit going on outside. They don't see you. But till this one particular day, they having a little party. After the train don't me. All you hear them say is, Corona, here we go, again. First of all, ma'am, sir, I don't drink. It's a train throw for me. Come party with us. No, I don't think so. You want some food? No, thank you. No, the train throw me. You ever had one of those neighbors in the day, as soon as they get a little drinking them in the day, you will see a whole new side of them. You realize in the day, hold on one second. You mean to tell you can talk? No, I haven't checked on me. I didn't, I see you in passing, but we don't say much to each other. We don't lock eyes. They haven't checked on me. You're such a nice person. That's what they saying to you at the end of the day. Oh, okay. Enjoy your party. No, the train told me. They trying to invite you into the goddamn door and shit, and only like all I want to say, party over here, party over here. Oh shit, how did I end up in here? No, the train told me. You were just minding your goddamn business. First of all, you got a motherfucking headache. You ever had one of those moments in your life in the day? You come across your neighbors and shit, you got this badass headache, you ain't feeling well, your body feel like about to shut the fuck down, all types of weird shit. And you come across that one neighbor that y'all don't speak to at all. But this motherfucker want to have a conversation out of all fucking days. I'm not trying to be rude. I swear I'm not. But you gonna talk about me like a bad motherfucker. I know you are. You gonna talk about me so bad. But you know what? Not today. I may catch you another day. You know, rainy day. He'll shake on me. And you see these motherfuckers again in passing day. They won't even fucking look your way. It's a train on me when you know you motherfucking know. I gotta go. You ever mind your business? You ever ask that one neighbor for directions and only have to hold on 1 second? As soon as they have a conversation with you, they don't know no type of English. But as soon as you go to the motherfucking doctor's office or this type of office or that establishment when it comes to dealing with the Department of Health and shit like that, can you help me? It was straight on me. I thought you didn't understand English, motherfucker. Be on the same goddamn page. I know, man. And you start hearing that English and shit, so, oh, you trying to play my face because you with your homegirl, your homeboy and shit, trying to be funny. Oh, no, motherfuckers do that shit. I don't speak English. It's straight off of me. You ever ask somebody for direction, they thought you was going to ask for money? No, it's straight on me. A motherfucker would think you asking them for money. I just need some fucking direction. This is your community. This is your area 101 zone today. First thing motherfuckers say, no English. And then they got the friend with them and shit. And so you start explaining it and start throwing signs up and shit. Because you got to make the picture make fucking sense. Oh, your direction. Lexington. Oh, okay. That way. Oh, I just came from over there. Oh, okay. Here's the shit on me. What the fuck? I was just asking for fucking directions. Why the fuck you make it so difficult today? No, the train on me. You ever got into the motherfucking grocery store? And then realize what the fuck you just stepped into today? I'm not a racist person today. Far from racist. But don't try to play with my fucking intelligence today. Please don't do me like that. You ever decide to go into the grocery store or a little bodega or whatever the case may be? And they say, you know what? Y'all not accepting cash today. You taking card only. No problem. So you swipe the fucking card in the day. You ever went into that one fucking Pacific store and you went home and realized, hold on a second? Markel! Northern Train, go for me. I'm running back up to that motherfucking store like, what the fuck you trying to fucking catch this fucking fade, bitch? First thing it says, I wasn't the cashier. Who, hey, what you gotta do? Northern Train over me. I'm calling 999. It's a train over me. The motherfucker in the back smiling. First of all, it says the last fucking transaction was probably like $2-3. It should be no reason why you wipe me the fuck away today. I didn't sign up for your bullshit. No, the trade on me. Now you got more people gathering up and shit like, hold on 1 second. That happened to you too? I don't feel left out, but it's changed over me. So you mean to tell me I'm not trying to catch his fade with this motherfucker? It's changed over me. I'm ready to fight. No, for real. Because what made you thinking your right fucking mind today? This was the norm. No, for real. This is false advertisement. You say one price, but then now you overcharge me at the end of the day. Oh, because of the fact that someone picked up the phone and say, you know what? I can't stand that bitch. Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. So you mean y'all work as a community? If I tell you that, I'm gonna lose my job. And the check of me, get your ass from all day long by these motherfuckers. Give me my fucking money, you stupid son of a bitch. No, the shit on me. You ever went into a goddamn store and made a purchase and only realized to hold on 1 second? They overcharge you. They re-overcharge you. Like, hold on 1 second. When I come in the store, every time I come in the store, my dollar value is going to equal up to everything that you took from me. No, it's changed over me. Now everybody don't know English. It's the strength of the entertainment purpose only. But this type of stuff actually happens. How you go into a grocery store, go into a convenience store, or going to take care of business. And there's someone behind the register at the end of the day wants to rob you mentally, spiritually, and financially. And paint you to be mentally unstable. Because sometimes it's a community activity when they do this to people. Or something in the day, it's just someone that just doesn't care about the next person's pockets. You know, one thing I don't do is run from my past, regardless to what he say, she say, gotta say about me. Because I can repeat whatever I said that day. It's a train of thought for me. You know, my content is not for everyone. You know, a mother just walked into the grocery store or the convenience store and decided to get something quick for her child to eat. And next thing she knows, at the end of the day, regardless if it was from business from the state or was her actual funds on her card or his card, that father or that aunt, that uncle, it doesn't matter who it was that day. It should be no reason why someone's going into a store and someone's robbing somebody at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. You know, one thing I don't do is run from my past. I know how to take accountability for my actions. And I don't play with sport or magic, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. And I'm far from a hater. It's a train of thought for me. Always be yourself and with intentions. You know, regardless of who has me shadow banned or who's gang stalking me and telling my every move or who's trying to rob me mentally, spiritually, or financially or trying to make me homeless at the end of the day, I do not live in fear and I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm not your genuine respect and I'm far from a hater. We don't pray the same, but I know how to respect my neighbor. You're not for me. And that's okay. It's not a crime for someone to speak up for themselves when they ain't got malicious intentions, when you took their kindness for weakness, or you said you threatened someone's life that nobody's going to believe that innocent person. It's a train of thought for me. Always be yourself and never allow someone to project fear in you for you not speaking up for yourself. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I am not an addict and I'm not a sex worker. And I say that respectfully regardless of who's trying to blackmail me against me. And I say that respectfully. How folks will project sport towards you, beauty, magic, cause confusion in your life, and paint you to be something that you should not at the end of the day. Project beauty magic, project sport when it comes to your finances or relationships, regardless if it's platonic or not at the end of the day. Or folks will pay people from your past to see what you got going on when they not even part of your journey today. How folks throw sport at you so you won't elevate. They say God not real, but God's been holding you down. Regardless at the end of the day, you had that last bill in your pocket. They would never understand how God maintains your smile. You know, regardless of what environment I live in at the end of the day, I would never hurt myself. And I do not live in fear regardless of who's trying to rob me mentally, spiritually, financially, or project sport towards me, or send magic towards my way. And I say that respectfully. I am far from a hater. It's a thought for me. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Today's currently October 11th, 2025, and it's currently 10:33 p.m. I love to talk about love. Love is real, love is one of a kind, but the right one truly for you. You know, true love was truly felt. A universe that someone could allow you to feel being your own little world. Who would have knew that someone brought you balance when it came to maintain your smile? They didn't have to get physical to kick you down. You know, trust issue wasn't in your part of your vocabulary. Someone fulfilling the shoes at the end of the day when it came to common sense that hold on 1 second motivation hits different. Someone wasn't projecting insecurities on you. Someone truly knew how to value your time and day and it wasn't an excuse. You know, someone bringing peace into your life even when the distractions around you. You know, when an innocent person at the end of the day didn't have to pretend to love you, that ain't just different when the outside words trying to kick you down, sending spoke in a toxic way, how to love you like you want to fix you, trying to pray for you, not against you. Someone brought peace into your life Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments, that motivation hits different when someone's really your biggest cheerleader, up close in person, behind closed doors. They didn't have to switch up to hold on 1 second because he's far from pretending. You know, in your past fumbled you that day. You say you was done with the relationship department only as a hold on 1 second because you guys would feel faith. You know, one more relationship that you had within you. You understood your boundaries hits different when it comes to maturing. Hold on 1 second, loving you. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. I got the devil trying to test me, but God got me. I got the devil trying to test me, but God got me. You know, God opens certain doors in your life. Even when folks are throwing distractions right to left, God was protecting your mental when it came to your heart that day. God heard your prayers when you least expected. God was pouring into you when you least expected. Even when you got lost in your words, the love of your life was trying to dismiss you because you truly wasn't the issue. So once we saw potential within you when it comes to motivation, it's different. You know, practice made perfect when you least expected. How two people could truly unite for all the right reasons. Only realized, hold on 1 second, it wasn't God's rejection. It was divine timing. I may not make sense to the average person. But when you find the right person that sees you, loves you, and respects you, they actually pouring into you, not to overlook you. I may not pray the same, but who would have knew that true love was in pain, allow you to feel while you overcame. when you're passing me in reality day. When the love of your life allows you to feel it's okay to heal when it comes to better days. I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. But when the right person walks into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Someone didn't have to manipulate God when they poured into you to love you right the first time around. True love is not based on having a hearing problem or psychs with their thought process, their mental health, or shortchanging my heart. And I say that respectfully. Because when the right person walks into your life, all they want to do is understand that it's better days ahead. Someone emotionally available. Someone allowing you to see why hold on 1 second growth is different. When someone didn't have to pretend to love you. Someone genuine being loyal, respectful, genuine and kind, actually valuing your time, wasn't wasting your time. Hold on 1 second when it came to your time. Because hold on 1 second, true love wasn't about money when it comes to someone truly loving you in the most healthiest way. And I say that respectfully. Because when someone walks into your life and you outgrew so much of what you've been through, when you realize that you can't buy love, you can't. And when someone actually pours into you to value your time, that faith is different. Someone allowing you to step out your comfort zone, someone allowing you to get in tune with who you are, and they just bring you balance and it just brings the best out of you. Having the right person by your side. And it didn't cost a dime. So let them truly value your time. And I say that respectfully. It's just a plus. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, regardless of who's gang stalking me or who has me shadow banned or whatever the case may be. I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself or my peers around me, regardless of how old they are. Always be yourself. I love to talk about love. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. That moment you thought you was overlooked. You feel like you was wasting your time, only because someone truly actually knew how to value your time. You wasn't trying to catch a case when someone knew how to not dim your light. Someone truly treating you right. That vocabulary is different when it comes to common sense. Who wouldn't that you could be on the same page with the love of your life? Because true love wasn't complicated. It wasn't for likes, it was a cloud chasing or fame. When someone truly introduced themselves to you, wasn't pain. Someone that had to switch up when it came to a future. Someone truly pouring into you far from corny at the end of the day. Wow. Because your past made you feel like you was doing too much. Pouring into the wrong person, only for you to realize the whole 1 second the right person wasn't trying to discover you when you truly was making a point. Loyalty, genuine and kind, someone valuing your time, someone that shortchange you when it comes to your mental health to protect your heart. The energy is different. Someone truly showing you the whole 1 second they was trying to have the cake and eat it too, and y'all both was on the same page, and then y'all have to get physical. Because when the right person sees you, that piece is different. Someone didn't have to pretend to love you. It felt like a holiday every season. The energy is different. More so like every day of the week. Imagine getting to know someone every single day, only as the whole 1 second. God didn't give you a boring conversation with the love of your life because they wasn't far from pretending. Because they was far from pretending when they actually loved you. Someone liking you, loving you at the end of the day. God brought the right person in your life, and God truly showed you the whole 1 second miracles that truly do happen when you least expect it. You prayed when you least expected in a season. You were so lost at the end of the day, only was a whole 1 second God truly still covering you. And that you realized you was praying. You didn't even know you was praying. You prayed for someone to see you, hear you, respect you. You wasn't asking for too much, but someone to meet you halfway. And only was the whole 1 second God never overlooked you. Only was the whole 1 second God didn't make a mistake. God allowed you to see why you overcame what you've been through. But God continued to allow you to protect your heart. Hold on 1 second, and then never switched up. Only was the whole 1 second. The love of your life. They not to pretend to love you. I may not make sense to the average person. And that's okay. It's never a right or wrong way to express yourself to the right person actually for you. And especially when you're not being disrespectful. And especially when you're not trying to bring harm towards them. That is just different. Because everybody's love language is different. And the same way you start talking to someone in the beginning, it just gets better when it comes to hold on 1 second. A future with the right person that didn't have to pretend to love you. When the right person walks into your life, they don't have to manipulate God or say that God brought you into their life. Because when the right person actually walks into your life, actions speak louder than words. And I say that respectfully. Because God was known for life if he was a cloud chasing of fame. But someone didn't have to pretend to love you the first time around. The intuition hits different. I may not pray the same But someone could truly walk into your life to truly be your peace, to make you feel like, hold on one second, you found a safe place. True love is not about having a cake and eat it too, having a hand problem. And I say that respectfully. Someone became your biggest cheerleader, up close person behind closed doors, and they never switched up on you. All they knew how to do was just pour into you. That ain't just different. Love is real, love is one of a kind with the right one actually for you. I'm not your genuine love respect, and my content is not for everyone. And that's okay. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Hi everybody, I'm peace. I bring peace. Hold on one second, I got a poem. No, for I said I had one yesterday, but yeah, hold on. I said F-A-I-T-H, I'm different. F-A-I-T-H, I'm different. Level up, don't dim your light. Level up. Hey, high sound, y'all. I'm peace, I bring peace. I'm peace, I bring peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. Okay, Naya, can I do my poem now? I thought that's what you was doing. Shh. Naya, give me a minute. F-A-I-T-H. F-A-I-T-H. Level up, don't dim your light. Level up, don't dim your light. See, I got this, yeah. I'm just a puppet, but I know my ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Check me out. Elevate. Don't dim your light. Really? Yeah, I'm still working on it. All right. Say goodnight, say goodnight to people. Say goodnight to the people. All right, I think I'm doing too much, y'all. To the genuine ones, I don't know why now you still ain't got the comment section on yet, but later, I gotta go. Stay out of trouble. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. Motivation's key. Motivation is key. Stay away from the haters. Catch your blessings. Don't dim your light. Later, I gotta go. I'm not aging in respect, and it's not a crime to be authentic, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding regardless to who's gang stalking me or projecting spell work towards me. I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. I am still healing from a hate crime that was done to me, and I would never hurt myself regardless of what man or woman or child has me shadow banned right now, and I say it respectfully. You know, gang stalking is real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes and music cloud chasing or fame. Always be yourself. You know, no mother or father or loved one should lose a child due to jealousy, envy, or hate, or due to someone projecting sport towards their child or loved one, or someone sending someone the evil eye. When someone doesn't have to do nothing besides be their authentic self, and they didn't bring no harm towards nobody, they was never disrespectful towards anybody, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. Someone decided to remove themselves out of a chapter of someone's life and keep it pushing, and someone had insecurity problems, or someone didn't like the fact that they couldn't control someone moving forward, so they gather a hate train to go up against a person in the day. No mother or father should have to bury their child due to jealousy or envy, and I say that respectfully. No mother or father, regardless if they came from poverty and pain or not, should never have a child stripped away from them. And I say that respectfully. Because someone has lack of self-control, or someone wants to make a mother or father feel like they're not worthy. When that mother and father, regardless if they came from poverty and pain, they knew how to pour into that baby. They knew how to love that baby, regardless of what they was going through mentally. They knew how to show for that baby good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day, even sick days. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. You could disrespect me all day long. You don't have to do anything to somebody for someone to send you spell work or send you the evil eye or gang stalk you. Someone sees potential within you. They will want to energy harvest off your energy, send spell work towards you, or send you the evil eye, or rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially, or project a hate crime towards you. How the simple stuff is real. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. I am far from a hater. I know how to give respect when it's due. I know how to give flowers when it's due. And when you're not for somebody at the end of the day, it's not that someone thinks that they're better than somebody. It's called at the end of the day, thank you, no thank you, have a good day, neighbor. When certain individuals show you who they are at the end of the day, when they try to disrespect you, you don't have to disrespect them. That was only for your protection. And especially when you ask God to reveal who these people are. Didn't matter the tax bracket or the community was in that day. How you don't have to know somebody at the end of the day for someone to gang stalk you. And how for someone to paint you out to be mentally unstable. And they would sit there, if you're a content creator or not, they would steal your creativity, try to take credit for your work, or even try to rob you, spiritually or financially, in the 3D. Because we do live in a spiritual world. My God and your God, we don't pray the same, but I know how to respect my neighbor. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. You know, I was threatened that nobody will ever hear my voice. I was threatened that nobody will ever hear my voice due to me speaking up, or they have me shadow banned and nobody's gonna ever believe me because they're willing to plot a scene and make me out to be somebody I'm truly not at the end of the day, or they got groups of people to go up against me. I never stopped showing up for me. Regardless if anybody sent me spell or good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, even put it in my front of my doorstep or even violated my space. And I say that respectfully. You know, you don't have to say someone's name at the end of the day for someone to feel insecure or for someone to feel at the end of the day, damn, why they talking about me for? You have to present their name. How individuals know what they did that day. And one thing I don't do is run from he say, she say. How folks don't want you to elevate and prosper in life because it's you. How they don't want you to become your best self vision of yourself at the end of the day because they don't want you to take someone's spot when you was in your own lane. We don't attract the same people. What's for you is for you. Who's for me is for me. Just like who's for you is for you. And when people walk into your life that's truly for you at the end of the day, they're not sending you the evil eye. They're not projecting spirit towards you. They're not jumping on that hate train to kick you down, especially if they don't know you. They're not going to sit there and make an assumption, oh, because you bypass certain individuals in your community, or you go here, you go there, and you mind your business. It's a chain of thought for me. I never knew it was a crime to be your authentic self. And especially when you're not trying to harm yourself or others around you. It's a chain of thought for me. Always be yourself and others' intentions. And never allow someone to project fear in you, regardless of a man or a woman. And they threaten your life and disrespect you and say, oh, nobody's going to ever believe you at the end of the day. So they decide to have a hate train go up against you because you spoke up for yourself and you wasn't living in fear. Regardless if you went to the wrong management company, the wrong customer service department to speak about something that was going on with you that day. Never allow someone to project fear in you. And I say that respectfully. I put things in God's hands. I know how to respect my neighbor. Stay in my lane. But it's not a crime to speak up for yourself, and I say that respectfully. You know, individuals will pay certain people just to antagonize, just to get a reaction out of you. But when you have faith at the end of the day, and you pray and ask God to reveal the devil alone, the enemy, that ain't just different. You could be someone's enemy all day long, but you didn't have to do nothing to them for them to feel like, hold on 1 second, you did them wrong. My content is not for everybody, and I'm far from a hater. I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. Always be yourself and no intentions. Regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not, never allow someone to project fear in you when it comes to motivation and elevating and loving yourself, and I say that respectfully. Because healing trauma and pain is not a race over no process, not an overnight process. Even when you get lost in your words, you're far from slow, stupid, and retarded, and I say that respectfully. Because when the right people walk into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. You know, never allow someone to have to pay people from your past to try to humiliate you, or pay people from your past because they having financial stability problems or whatever the case may be, to make you feel like you're not worthy of choosing you when you already outgrew that chapter in your life, regardless of who it was that day. One thing you never had to do is run from your past. One thing for sure you knew how to do is stand up for yourself when it comes to, hold on 1 second, I choose me. And when the right people show up for me, they see me, they hear me, they respect me. They're not gathering on a hate train. They're not seeing evil lie or spell work or projecting magic towards you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. That ain't just different. Always be yourself. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I am far from a hater. Have a safe year, day, evening, weekend, week. You matter, you're worthy. I would never hurt myself regardless to who's plotting against me to make me homeless, rob me spiritually, financially, or project spell work towards me, or whoever gathered on a hate train they didn't even got to get a chance to know me at the end of the day. You don't have to do something for somebody. You could bypass someone all day long and not say something to them at all. And they'll make an assumption that you're this type of person, you're that type of person, all because of the mouth of somebody else at the end of the day. And that person doesn't even know you, all because you spoke up for yourself at the end of the day. Never allow someone to make you feel like you're wrong for speaking up for yourself. And I say that respectfully. I don't live in fear and I would never hurt myself. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. And my content is not for everyone. There's no need to send an evil lie or project spoke to the end of the day. You could go find someone else to be entertaining, someone else to entertain you. It's a shame of thought for me. Regardless of who has me shadow banned or not. I'm not going to stop being Naya, genuine love, respect. Regardless of what community I'm in. It's a shame of thought for me. I'm not trying to hurt myself or others around me. And I say that respectfully. And I never did. And I don't have to. You know, when you're past living your reality, but you're not running from it at the end of the day, that motivation is different, that maturing. Because when God sends the right people into your life, regardless they came in poverty and pain, respect's a two-way street. They don't got hate in their vein. They not seeing you an evil lie or putting spoke towards you, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I work alone when it comes to my creativity, regardless of what man or woman is trying to blackmail me against me. And I say that respectfully. It's not a crime to be authentic. And I say that respectfully. We may not pray the same, but I know how to respect my neighbor, regardless of what you're going through, trauma and pain. And I say that respectfully. How people want to pay me out to be a crash out, I'm far from that. How people would do things to take things away from you, or whatever the case may be, to paint you out to be a crash out, all because you're speaking up for yourself, and never not one time were you trying to hurt anybody. It's a shame of thought for me. Always be yourself and no messengers. I'm Naya, genuine respect. I'm far from a hater. It's currently October 11th, 2025. And it's currently 10:52 p.m. I'm Naya, genuine respect. When it comes to gang stalking, it's real. They will hack your devices. They will gang stalk you, tell you every move, hack your emails, your accounts, all types of stuff. They will even take your own packages in your mail. This is what happens when it comes to gang stalking. It's the training thought for me. How when an individual speaks about certain things at the end of the day, when it comes to gang stalking, folks make themselves irrelevant in certain people's conversations in the day. If it wasn't you, why would you put yourself in a conversation in the day? It'd be the training thought for me. If I'm just talking verbally out loud, I'm not understanding what's the crime. It's the training thought for me. If you didn't do something with somebody in the day, you shouldn't put yourself part of a narrative that it wasn't you. And then now you got all these people hating one person. All because of the fact that you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to cover up what I did that day. They ain't going to know anyway. They fake spiritualists. They fake this. They fake that. God ain't real. You know, individuals will feel like God is not real. When they got your back against the wall and trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, even project spirit towards you. How this type of stuff actually happens. They even put themselves in conversations at the end of the day and act like you was part of the conversation when it came to someone may want to work with you. Someone wants to probably introduce themselves to you, or someone wants to communicate with you, or whatever the case may be. How this type of stuff actually happens. Or someone sit there and say they know you at the end of the day, and they don't even know you. They made assumptions. They don't even know who you are because they didn't introduce themselves. All you know at the end of the day, it's that dude, that chick. They forgot your name. They labeled you a number when you have a name. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Gang stalking is real. It doesn't matter about your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, your age. How when it comes to gang stalking, they will try to make you homeless. They will rob you mentally, spiritually, financially. If you're a content creator or not at the end of the day, they will make sure that your light is dim, that nobody hears your voice. They will paint you out to be a crash out. When you at the end of the day, you fall from that because everybody's walk of life ain't the same. When it comes to, hold on 1 second, believing in faith. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I'm far from a hater. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I work alone when it comes to my creativity, regardless of what man or woman is threatening my life, and I say that respectfully. Peace and respect, some respect to them. You like God, I go them. You like, I gotta go. Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Stop the violence in the community. Stop the violence in the community. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Thank you for your time.